Hello and welcome to another episode of What to Pick. This is the video series where I'll go over a few different starting hands and explain what I would pick and why. And since Colonies has released on BGA, I thought this might be a really great opportunity to do a few hands in this with this expansion. And yeah, this is the first one. These are turn-based games, so we have basically unlimited time to choose our starting hand, and I will just play them out outside of the episode, obviously. So hand number one. So there's more things to consider in colonies, and one of the main things is the colony tiles that are in game. So here we have Io, Triton, Callisto, Ganymede, and Luna. There's no Pluto in game. Pluto changes the game drastically because it grants every player card draw, basically. Pluto colonies are really good because it gives you a Marsu cycle every time someone trades with it. And when you trade with it, you just draw a bunch of cards. So it is really, really beneficial for engine. And if it's in the game, colony placing cards are also much better. But there are some other great colony tiles as well, such as Luna, for example, is also really good because it just grants you a bunch of money. Io, I don't rank that highly, Ganymede as well. Triton and Callisto are both okay, I think. So let's see what we got. We have Thorgate. Thorgate is much better in this expansion because you start off with a power prod and you are guaranteed to be able to trade in Gen 2 with power for just 16 MC. That's really good. That's cheaper than any other corp, basically, since you can just SP power twice. And then you are at 3 power prod, and then you can use the 3 power to trade with the colonies in Gen 2. So since we don't have any Jovian tags, I think Thorgate is just a default pick here. But we don't even need to use standard tag or standard projects. We can just use Lunar Beam, which is great. So we'll take this. Earth Earthers even makes it cheaper. So instead of 13, it will only cost 7, which is crazy good. 3 discounted from Thorgate and another 3 from Earth Office. That's great. I think I will combine it as well with Import of Advanced GHG, also discounted from Earth Office, to get to 4 heat prod. So we will be able to trade and we will have 4 heat prod. That's quite nice. Natural Preserve looks good. We're on Tharsis, so the building tag is nice for builder. The science tag is great for scientist, and it's just a good card. I guess research coordination is also okay. Mangrove is a great card. We don't have that much to pick up here and to do in Gen 1 because these 3 cards will be really cheap and we can even play Natural Preserve probably. So we can definitely keep this late game card, and since we have some heat prod, it will probably be quite good. Breathing Filters, not a card I would pick up in the early game. Insulation, also not a card I would pick up in the early game. Protected Valley, we don't have any steel prod, so I think it's not too valuable. And then Community Services is also quite bad, especially because we don't have a single card with no tags other than Insulation. And then for the preludes, which I haven't discussed at all yet, I think the decision is super easy. A Unimi Contractor is by far the best prelude in this set. Then we have the worst prelude in the game, which is Society Support. We're definitely not picking up that one. And then between Nitrogen Shipment and Self-Sufficient Settlement, I like Self-Sufficient Settlement more, especially on Tharsis, where we could try to go for Mayor. And the building tag is also great for Builder. So I think these 2 preludes, as well as these 6 cards. 6 cards means we start off with 30 MC. Earth Office plus this is 7, plus another 7 is 14, plus this is 23, so we easily have enough money to play all of that. And we end the gen with just Mangrove, Research Coordination, and the 1 card we draw from Unimi Contractor on hand. And then starting in Gen 2, we can trade. In Gen 2, I'd probably also buy a standard project colony if I don't find a colony placing card. Probably just place it on Luna, trade there, and get a bunch of money. Then we just hope we find card draw. Yeah, that's it. I think the hand is pretty clear, but it shows that Thorgate is just better in this expansion, and pretty clearly why. So yeah, let's hop to the second hand. And we're back with hand number 2. And I think the corp decision is kind of easy. Or maybe not, but we have Poseidon as a choice. And Poseidon is one of the new corps in colonies. And it's really good because not only does it grant you a free colony, it also grants you a 1 MC prot whenever anyone places a colony. And because colonies are super valuable, quite a few colonies will get placed and will get placed early on. So this will grant you quite a bit of MC prot. But I feel like the free colony immediately at the start of the game is the main factor of why this is so good. It's better in like higher player counts because it basically secures you a spot on one of the best colony tiles, and in this game Pluto is in game, so it secures you a spot on Pluto, which is really highly valuable. But yeah, even in 2P I really like it. The only problem is that this time we don't have any power prot. So Robinson would be great to get at least one power prot. If we were able to follow this up with something like geothermal power, then Robinson is really good because it grants you the third power prot if you get it down first really cheaply. But in this case, what do we do with just one power prot? It's not enough to trade. So I think we just pick Pluto, we just pick Poseidon and try to find power prot somewhere else. Maybe with the 2 cards that we draw when we place a colony on Pluto, or just with the drafts that will come up. And yeah, let's take a look at the starting hand. It's honestly looking like it's looking interesting. We have like 2 good engine preludes here, and not that much to follow up that engine game plan, but also not that much to follow up like a rush game plan. Like huge asteroid, we could combo that with big asteroid to rush the temperature track a little bit, but for what payoff? There's nothing in our starting hand that requires temperature. We have Nitromos, but not a single ocean. We have herbivores, but no plant prot, other than Nitromos, which we can't play immediately. We have a Jovian multiplier, but no titanium prot other than Phobos, and Phobos is terrible to play early on. Then we have another new card, Martian Zoo, but no cities to place other than maybe Ganymede Colony. This is interesting. I think Research Network is basically a given here, or should be a given, because we have such a weird starting hand and we're looking for stuff. Especially we're looking for power prot, so we can draw ourselves out of this, whatever this is. We need to find something to play, basically, because there's not a single card on this entire hand which you want to play Gen 1. Not a single one. And if we're going Research Network, I feel like we're going Engine. And with Pluto and Luna in the game, Engine seems kind of nice. I would honestly just pick a big asteroid and Nitromos still, because just really good cards. I would pick herbivores as well. There's Miranda in the game, so if our opponent gets an animal card down, we want one to counter that and also be able to trade with Miranda and claim the animals, so he can't just get a lot of points for free. And other than that, there's not much on the starting hand which I want to pick up. We could gamble on like Ganymede Colony, because it looks like we're going for Engine, and we have at least 1 titanium prot from Metals Company and some card draw out of Research Network and Pluto. Maybe we find more titanium prot and Jovians. And I honestly feel like we could also pick up Martian Zoo. It can be a really, really strong card, and that grants you a lot of MC prot, basically. The rest on this starting hand is atrocious. Like, Great Dam is a good card, but we have no oceans on this starting hand. Corporate Stronghold is not great. Red Camp Factory is bad. Phobos Space Haven is bad. Security Fleet is atrocious. So, and because we can't play anything Gen 1 really, I feel like we can gamble on Ganymede and Martian and just see what we draw. So yeah, I feel like these 5 cards and the 2 preludes, and we place our first colony on Pluto and see where we go from there. I think that's the game plan. But yeah, let's hop on to the next hand, hand number 3. And there is hand number 3, and it's Tharsis Republic versus Point Luna. But first of all, let's take a look at the colonies. There's no Pluto anymore, but Luna is again in the game, so 3rd time in a row. And Titan is in the game, which can also be insane. Remember, on BGA, this is without Venus Next, so there's no Hoverlord and no Venophile, and most importantly, also none of the Venus floater cards. So the concentration of floater cards in the deck is really low, but there's basically one, which is insane, Jovian Lanterns, which is also 2 floaters per point, and it allows you to, I think, use up 1 titanium per round to put 2 floaters on it. So it's on its own, it costs quite a lot, but it also grants some instant stuff, and it basically is trade 1 titanium per round for a point, which is not great because it's basically the same thing Security Fleet does, and that one's atrocious. But obviously, because it collects floaters, you can combo that with stuff like Titan and floater technology and stuff like that. So you can get quite a few floaters on it quite easily. So if you find something like Jovian Lanterns, then Titan suddenly becomes our best friend. So yeah, what do we have on the starting hand? Oh, I see a path. I see a route here. So it's Tharsis versus Point Luna, and we're on Hellas. So I think we are going Point Luna because I'm seeing Cartel, Nuke Zone, and Research Network. So we can just play Nuke Zone and Cartel in Gen 1, and with the Earth tag on Point Luna and the Wild tag on Research Network, that's immediately a 4 MC prod from Cartel, and maybe we even draw more Earth tags with Research Network. Other than that, what are we picking up? Sadly, not a lot of power prod. We have 1 power prod on Martian Industries, but Windmills is coming online too late, so we cannot really rely on that to trade. So are we picking up Martian Industries, or are we going for Metals Company? I think we're going for Martian Industries, and we are hoping to find more power prod with Research Network. I think that's what we'll do. I would also pick up Industrial Center, probably. I will not pick up these power-hungry cards if we are actually looking for power prod. Maybe Noctis City for like a late game play. Obviously, we're picking up NRA and Nitromos because that's 2 plant tags, but this one is not playable so far because we have 0 oceans, but we might find some. So yeah, we're not picking up Windmills, it's coming online too late. We're not picking up Fuel Factory, costs power prod. We're not picking up Capital, same reasoning, and just not a good early game card. And Solar Reflectors. If you don't have anything to play, then this might be a good Gen 1 play, but in this situation, I don't think we'll pick it up. We have too much other stuff to do. And the only thing I'm thinking about is like Industrial Center and Noctis. Are we picking them both up? How much money do we need Gen 1? So basically we have 6 more because of Martian Industries. That gets us up to 44, sorry. 44 minus 3, 4, 5, 6. 44 minus 18. That's 26, and we need 18 to play this. So we can pick up both Industrial Center and Noctis City. Yeah, I think in that scenario, we're picking up these 6 cards. We have enough to play Nuke Zone and Cartel Gen 1. If our opponent places a city down low, then we're definitely also going down low with Nuke Zone, because we can also use Industrial Center to go into the bottom 2 rows and try to get Polar Explorer. With these 2 tiles and then a third one, maybe we find one, or maybe we go with Noctis City down there to steal the milestone. Other milestones we could hunt for are Rim Settler. We already have a wild tag. And the rest is not looking great, I have to admit. Maybe, like, because we have a wild tag, we have 4 tags basically on Corp and the 2 preludes. And then Nitromoss would be a 5th. Then it's getting dicey, like Noctis City a 6th. But yeah, difficult. But yeah, I think the starting hand is pretty set in stone. The Point Luna line is just too good with the Nuke Zone Cartel Research Network combo. It's quite nice, and we afterwards were looking for plant tags to get NRA down and more Earth tags, obviously. And yeah, if we don't find anything great to play, because the other cards we have on hand are not really great to play in Gen 2, then we might just put a colony, standard project colony on Luna, get some MC prod out of this, or we will just hope we find some power prod. But yeah, let me know what you think of these starting hands. Let me know what you think of colonies as an expansion. And let me know if you want to see more what to pick episodes with colonies on BGA, or if you want me to stick to base game plus preludes. So yeah, put that all in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and goodbye.